Hello, all. Welcome to CAT 2021 Weekends. And here we have Karan Sharma. Actually, I should Karan Shah, not Karan Sharma, because the reason why I'm getting confused with Sharma is because your Telegram name is Dynamo Sharma.
Dynamo.
I actually for a long time didn't know your name was Karan Shah. I said Mr. Dynamo, and you've been very active in my group as well. So, anyways, the point, ladies and gentlemen, is that here is a man. So I asked Karan yesterday, is that what is that you want to talk about? We were discussing in terms of what we should discuss, and I said I'm okay with anything. Is there anything that you want to talk about? And he wanted to talk about two things. One, his VARC preparation, which eventually he got, I believe, in 99.48 percentile, and he started at something like a 60-70 percentile. So he wanted to talk about that. And the second thing he wanted to talk about is the interview preparation. So we will stick to what you wanted to say. A few other things about Karan. Karan is a computer engineering from Nirma University. And let me call you Dynamo only. Is that okay now?
Let's start. It will be perfect.
Okay, so Dynamo. Dynamo is a computer engineering student from Nirma University. This is the first attempt to his CAT. He's joining IIM Calcutta. Let's hear from Karan. So, Dynamo. I'm going to either call you Dynamo Shah or Karan Sharma. I think I'm going to confuse your name. So let me call it Dynamo. So thank you so much for being a part of this interview, and I'm sure that whatever you have to share will be beneficial for everyone. So, is there anything that you want to say before we get started?
No, sir. First of all, it's a pleasure sitting here with you and talking about my journey. And yes, sir. Let's begin, and we'll see how it goes further.
Okay. So this is the first year you're preparing for the CAT.
Yes.
Were you in the final year of your graduation?
So, sir, I recently graduated like 5 days back. So, yeah, when I started preparing, I was in my sixth semester. Third year, yeah.
And when did you start your preparation?
So, sir, I started my preparation around October of 2019.
That is like एक साल.
Yes.
एक साल prepare किया.
Around 13 months.
Did you actually start when you started off? Was it with the same intensity, or was it like it picked up later? How did that happen?
No, sir, it was not with the same intensity. Like I basically it was like starting my CAT preparation. Like you can see that till December I was not preparing at all. I was just solving 20 questions per day or somehow. But it started like Karan has started preparing for CAT. That's how it started. But initially like till March April I was just doing some basic questions and solving RC passages, solving 3 to 4 DRLR sets and all. But I think I started my actual preparation from May 2020, and after that I seriously prepared for my CAT, and then I used to dedicate 4 to 5 hours minimum every day.
So you say May 2020 is right about the time now when somebody is preparing for CAT 2021.
It's a perfect time to start right now.
So I think there's something that happens. I've found the people start preparation means that either I've joined a course or I bought some books. So then I said that I've started preparation, but starting preparation actually happens at home when you sit and actually prepare. And that you're saying happened from May. Question. That is said that you're telling me you studied 4 hours every day.
Yeah.
But what computer science was so easy. You don't have to put in effort there, or what happened?
I mean, sir, I'll be honest with you. When this Corona happened and like all of our lectures were online, I was easily able to give 4 to 5 hours to like I can give also 6 to 7 hours, but I used to give 4 to 5 hours. Like
so, I'm hearing you did some jugaad.
Definitely, sir. Everyone does it, and it was like not that difficult to manage, to be honest, because we used to have some assignments, quizzes, and lectures and all, but it was quite manageable. Like you have 9 to 4 lectures, but you can skip some lectures which you don't want to attend. And I used to dedicate it to my CAT preparation, and that's how I used to manage.
Wonderful.
That's one of the benefit of online lectures.
Yeah. So to whom I'm speaking to, they always everyone has a COVID story.
Yes.
One of them actually had COVID. We had a doctor who was into that world of helping others, people getting time because of COVID, and then people make the best out of whatever situation that they have. And I also hope that you are safe and sound and everything is fine. Uh,
Yes, sir. So like even in my family, some like my father got COVID and my grandma also had COVID, but like they were not in that severe condition and they got well quite soon, and
okay,
I'm
okay.
grateful for that.
Yeah, thank God that happened. So let's get
Yes.
back to your VARC discussion. That's something that we want to talk about. So up to you. You tell me where you started, what was it, and let me remind the everyone watching, he's got 99.48 percentile in the section of VARC.
Yes. So, sir, my when I started my CAT preparation, I knew that I could easily manage my quant and LRDI since being an engineer and quite good at maths. I know that I would be able to manage those two sections, but I was very anxious about VRC. So initially, my
So,
preparation
so, so,
began.
so, so, so sorry to cut that. What was why were you anxious about VRC? What was troubling you about VRC?
So, sir, I had never read a single book in my life.
मतलब,
And even my vocabulary was like very normal. And when like initially when you give one or two exam, my accuracy was like in 30s and 40s. I used to attempt 10 question and like I got 3 or 4 correct. And I was like, maybe if I get a very good score in CAT, but what about verbal if I don't clear sectional in verbal? So I was very anxious. And like when I started my CAT preparation, I started reading books as well. So like in last 1 year, I have read around 18 to 20 books.
18 to 20 books you read.
Yes.
18 की 20, what is 18 to 20? मतलब दो book ऐसा आधा आधा पढ़ा क्या?
No, no, sir. It means I have not counted exact
Gotcha,
number,
okay.
but
I'm just joking. Okay.
yeah.
So you actually read 18 books. So
Yes.
everyone, do you think that the reading books helped? Did it play a role there?
Yes, it really helped me because I could actually see improvement in my reading speed, and as well as it's a great pointer for your interviews as well. You can speak about one or two favorite books, and I actually talked about one or two books in my interview. And
So what was how did you pick this book? Randomly you picked this book, or did you have any purpose on this, or did you find a list of it, or what?
So, sir, initially, Bill Gates recommends some of the books every month. So I started picking books from there. Picked one book from his list, and then on, I really liked books which were related to entrepreneurship or success story of some leaders. So I started reading them. Then I picked something from fiction and like that. So my books were quite random, and I used to pick whatever I like get into. And if I am able to read starting 30 pages of a book, then I'll complete that book. Otherwise, I'll leave that book. So there are more than 10 or 12 books that I have left without reading. But yes, if I cross 30 pages, I'll read completely.
One definite thing that helped you in that journey you're saying is books. And when you what I'm hearing is that it was more like read something that interests you rather than I'm going to read this for CAT. There are books recommended for CAT. It's not like that. You just pick book that you wanted to read. So that's what I'm hearing, and that's I believe it's a great thing. I would also recommend that to everyone, is that you should just pick up stuff that you can read off. You cannot get up one fine day, I'm going to read about but the deontological ethics of Immanuel Kant. You can't start from there, right? You have to start.
Like there were books which were recommended like for CAT preparation, like 1984 by George Orwell, then Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I didn't read them. Like for me, something which interests me, I'll keep reading that. So rather than following some recommended list, discover your own genre and start reading that. That will be more helpful.
So one was you started reading books. So okay, so so that would have been a slow improvement, right? So continue with that. That one was reading books. Then what happened with your preparation?
So sir, the story is quite interesting. So like I was totally struggling in my VRs. Like I used to score 60 or 70% in mobs, and one of my friend from Telegram community itself, like through that I came to know about this VRC 1000 course, and you had created a Telegram channel. So somehow he sent me a link, and I joined that course without enrollment. Like I joined the Telegram group.
That Telegram channel was an exclusive channel. I was supposed
Yes, yes, yes.
I had created the channel only for people who had enrolled for that course. So anyways,
Yes.
good
So
view.
I'm just being honest here. So I joined the Telegram channel, and there in a week I came to know about the benefits of this course. Like you used to interact a lot in that Telegram group, and I totally love that. And like after a week only, I enrolled in that course, and I was officially there, part of that channel now. And sir, so the
So sorry, I must add that last year the number of students were manageable.
I'm definitely sure this time it won't.
If it is not going to be manageable, I don't know how I'm going to handle that Telegram chat. I'll try my best in terms of interacting with students, but I cannot promise that I'll be able to. Anyway, I never promised also that I'll answer everybody's question.
Yeah, that daily dose section, you without promise you were giving it every day, and that was wonderful.
So yeah, but I'm sure you enrolled in the course. I'm sure that it would have helped. But what I'm really interested in, what is that you did? I'm thinking what. So let's say that you were doing one kind of preparation in the beginning, and then you went toward a second type of preparation. I really want to know, that will be very helpful in terms of specific thing that you did that changed everything for you, and the journey from 70 percentile to 99.48 percentile actually happened.
So sir, I'll tell you, for me, VRC course was quite changing, like that my percentile changed. But before that, I'll tell you, what I used to do is I used to solve 5 RCs, 10 questions from Parajumbles, odd one out, and
this was every day.
Yeah, it was every day, kind of every day.
I 5. Yeah. Okay.
I was consistent in my preparation. That's all I can say.
Okay.
So I used to solve 5 RCs every day. At that time, I used to solve without timer. Like I didn't used to time my questions, and I used to solve, but my accuracy was very poor. And I enrolled in this course. So sir, the one thing which I want to emphasize is, I knew that where I was making mistakes, but I needed someone who used to point that out, and you were doing that job. Like through your online videos, I actually realized that, okay, I'm making these mistakes. So one of the example I want to say is, I was reading my RCs very fast. Then I used to go on questions. I used to forget some information, and then I'll again jump on the RC. And I remember you taking one live session and you saying exact these things, that you must be reading that RC passage quite slowly. And then you used to solve one question under a minute. And then I tried to implement that strategy. I started getting some results, and yeah, then on the things that I used to do, like solving 5 RCs per day, then solving text section test, solving daily dose, all of that I used to do consistently. And yes, I kept reading books, and that's how I was like able to see my improvement.
So what I'm hearing is this, Dynamo. Okay.
Yes.
But doing 5 RC is disastrous every single day, according to me. Okay, because my point of view is, I don't know whether you'll agree with this. Okay, so you may have a different opinion. This is my point of view. Is that if I solve, let's say, 100 passages and my score has not improved, then what is the point? Right. Just by following more and more. I think the fact that changed is in large extent to me, the way in which what I'm hearing is that simply your approach. Right. You are basically saying that what is important is to read the passage at the pace in which you can understand.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Okay. So if just I can't increase it time by just reading things fast, right? Or thinking faster, thinking better. कैसे होगा नहीं होगा. So what I it's not about reading slow as well. That's what I think. It's about reading at the pace in which you can understand.
Yes.
And if you understand the text, I'm sure that you'll be able to work. And then what happened? So once you realize this thing about what changed after that. So when did you start seeing the improvement in the score?
So sir, I was scoring above 80 from August, September, but in last 1 month, I was always scoring above 95 in VRC in each mock.
So after that, did anything change, or what were the consistent thing that you were doing? Once you knew that this is the approach that I should take, what is the consistent thing that you were doing?
So sir, my whenever I used to attempt, it was very simple. I have to give 8 to 9 minutes to each RC, not more than that.
Okay.
And I'll read RC in 3 to 4 minutes and giving 1 minute to each question. But with practice, what eventually happened that when I was reading RC, I somehow knew that, okay, there can be question from this line. So I cannot understand, I cannot make it understand, but it helped. Like it eventually started happening. Like I somehow get to know that okay, there can be a question from this particular line. I used to try to remember that, and then when we were solving a question, I easily used to mug it.
So let,
Like
let me tell you why that happened.
yeah.
Okay. The reason why that happened is that you focused your effort in understanding the author.
Hmm.
Okay, so the question setter is also creating the question based on understanding the author. So when you read his text or her text, you understood what is he trying to say, and therefore what are the crucial important things. So subconsciously you're able to figure out this is important, and this is something that probably somebody would miss. This is what he really wants to tell us. So this is a subconscious effort. So what I'm hearing is this, Dynamo, is that what you did was something very simple. Okay, it's a simple idea. Simple idea that I should do something consistently, number one. Simple idea that I should read to improve my skill set. And simple idea that I should read the passage and try and understand stuff about passage. So talk to me about when you read the passage, what all you understand from the passage? What all you trying to gather?
So, sir, basically, the main idea of the passage one has to understand, and after each paragraph, there is a shift in an argument. So, there will be a paragraph. Author is saying something. Next paragraph will be either a diversion from his argument or maybe supporting argument. So, you need to understand those shifts, and you just need to gather main idea in each paragraph. So, okay, the paragraph one summary is this. Paragraph two summary is this. Paragraph three summary is this. And now, when you are attempting questions, you had a basic idea in mind that okay, there is a question. You will subconsciously know that okay, this answer is either from passage one or passage two,
Paragraph one or
paragraph one or paragraph one or paragraph two, and it happened like, and even while attempting questions, eliminating options is a better strategy rather than choosing one answer. Eliminate three options and fourth will be your answer. So eliminating options and like getting main idea from each paragraph is what I used to do.
So what you're telling me, Dynamo, is that two things. You are able to understand the structure of of the presented ideas to you in terms of how he organize his ideas, and you're
Yes.
also able to understand the idea of each particular paragraph and see how those things are connected. That's what I'm hearing, which means that would mean that you were consistently doing that consciously as part of an exercise every day. Did you do
Yes.
that apart from, let's say, the reading copy? Let's come to the question one and options one. I just want to understand this one. So you're reading the books as a leisure activity. So did you pick up any articles? Did you do anything extra to get this nail this skill? These skills require some time. So what do you do for that?
So, sir, I used to read opinions like the Indian Express, the explained section and the opinion section, and I also used to read opinions from the Hindu. I won't say that I used to keep this particular agenda in mind that I have to notice the shift in arguments, but I could notice that our cat RCs are similar to their opinions. Like there is a one paragraph where author is saying something. Next paragraph will be supporting it or either counter argument in those second paragraph. So opinions, if one wants to like improve its reading speed as well as understanding the language, I would suggest that one should really go for opinion section in like take it any newspaper like the Hindu or the Indian Express.
So I had recommended some sites and stuff. I'm hearing that you did not spend too much time there.
Yes, I guess, sir, I was focusing more on your course and the section test and daily dose section.
Okay, wonderful. So let's get to the question setters. Now, author is a different person. The person who created the question, his or her objective is to confuse you. There were 4 answer choices. People say that there are close options, which I don't believe in. Okay. So what was that struggle in the beginning of not knowing what changed in terms of understanding the options, and what did you do to try and figure out about options and answer choices and to make sense of that?
First of all, I will completely agree with those students who say that options are confusing. For me, it was very confusing, and there were some options where you really can't figure out, and you don't have to spend more than a minute. So it's better leaving those options. But there were some close options, which eventually I was able to figure out, okay, there will be this answer. And also you had said something like you need to check the language of the author. Like there are some grammatical problems in the options as well, and you can eliminate those options as well. So right now, like what I remember is that I was eventually able to. I basically said the main idea is that my understanding improved,
Huh?
and
So you know what I'm hearing, Dynamo. I think that first of all, when I say there are no close option, I mean this. Just because something feels close, may not be close. I am feeling it is
yes,
close, right?
yes,
So the question must have one right or wrong answer. But I think what I'm hearing from your strategy, your strategy is a good old simple method. If I understand the author,
yes,
okay, I will find the answer.
exactly.
So you're instead of figuring out, so though that some people for the second part works, figuring out how the thing is, but your plan is let's try and understand reading comprehension really well, comprehend the passage, understand the structure and style, and that really helps. That's what I'm hearing. That's
Yes, sir. Like, sir, you used to say in sessions that these are the different question types. Like, I used to listen to them, but for me, like, each question was same.
correct.
If I have understand the passage, I'll be able to answer the question. The
Huh.
only question that harassed me was the title of the passage. What will be the appropriate title of this passage? Those options, like I used to skip them initially, and even in my actual cat paper, if it was very close, I used to skip that option, and
Yeah.
I remember that I have skipped that option.
Yeah, you are right. There is no 5 different types of question. We make it complicated. Teachers are like us. Okay, that is just one type of question, which is the following. It's true based on the information given in the passage.
Definitely.
Some people call it inference is very different, but what same thing. Whatever is true based on information given in the
Yes.
passage. So I understood about this, but there are other areas, right? So did you ignore? There are things like paragraph jumble, paragraph summaries, odd sentence VA. Did you ignore those things?
Sir, I won't say ignore, but I really gave very less time and efforts to PJ. Summary was same like passage, so it didn't require any extra
I'm saying
efforts.
without you can't get 99.48 percentile without doing well in VA as well.
Yes,
So what are you
that
saying?
is that's
What are you
for
saying
sure.
that the reading comprehension automatically help paragraph summary?
Yes, for summary, I didn't do anything extra. I was just solving them, but nothing extra. It's like basically summary is what a 4-line paragraph which author is trying to make you understand, and you just need to summarize it in one option,
So
one
if you do
sentence
do
option.
well in reading comprehension, you'll do well in paragraph summary and vice versa. Okay. What
Yeah.
about how do you deal with paragraph jumble and odd sentence? What was
So, sir, same strategy for odd one out. I used to eliminate option. First of all, I used to read all the 4 or 5 options and basically try to create an order.
when you say odd one out, there is a type in the answer question. Also, when you say elimination, I didn't get what you're saying.
So, sir, there are 5 sentences, right?
Correct. No.
I'll keep an order in my mind
Okay.
and then see that if it's working or not. If there is one odd one out, I'll clearly eliminate. So there are some easy odd one out questions, like you know it. Okay, this is the odd one out. You just need to tick. But there are some confusing odd one outs where you really need to decide an order and then you need to eliminate one option. So those were some tricky odd one out, but I still used to manage. My
Did you
accuracy was.
did you create your own strategy to deal with all these kind of questions? So I'm sure that there are something that I suggested, but did you also try and think about your own ways of dealing with things?
Yes. So, sir, for odd one out, I used to do it in very simple way. Create an order. First of all, if by reading all the options, if you know that okay, this is or not, click it. Otherwise, try to create an order, and if you are able to create an order, then eliminate the rest option or else skip it.
So
That was my simple
you know
strategy.
what? When you say create an order, this order is also a structure in which the author has presented the argument to you, albeit in sentences. There in paragraph there is a structure. Here in paragraph jumble is also an order of a structure that the author presented by sentences. So what I'm actually hearing is that your preparation for VRC is a few 3 things that you did right. Okay, and
Absolutely.
stuck to that plan. I'm guessing that you did not change anything after some time. I think a lot of people get a lot of different advice. No,
Yes.
so
I didn't change my strategy. It was just improvement. Okay, I am solving up. So even my order didn't change. Like from past 3 months, my order was very simple. Attempt all ASCIIs, then summary, then odd one out, and
All
then if time
RCs.
remains, all RCs.
Did you always attempt all RCs?
So, sir, I'll tell you, when my reading speed was actually like I used to spend 12 to 13 minutes. I never attempted all the 5 RCs. I used to skip one. But when I started, like I changed my strategy, giving less time, like giving proper time to reading and giving less time to each question, I was able to complete each RC in 8 or 9 minutes.
Oh,
So,
sorry. This is amazing. So this is irony. When you actually read the passages fast to solve it faster, you took 13 minutes and you did solve just 4 RC out of the 5. This is, I think, the old
yes,
pattern. No, I think that time we had,
yes,
when I say
yes,
old pattern, this is last year eventually came down to 4 RC passages because they crunch the time. But when you, during preparation time, the mocks had 5 passages, I'm
yes,
guessing.
yes,
So coming back, you are essentially saying that when you actually read fast, to improve your speed,
number of attempts.
number
Yeah.
of attempts, you attempted less. When you actually read slower, you attempted more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because while reading passage slow, you know that what the author is trying to tell you. You just need to attempt the question. So I was able to complete my each RC in 8 to 9 minutes. And like there was one thing in my mind. Okay, I have to give this RC 8 to 9 minutes, be it anything. So if there are 5 questions, if I find one very confusing option, I won't spend time there. I will skip it and I'll move on to next
Uh,
RC.
so I must also add, it's not about reading slow or fast. It's about reading at a pace in which you can understand the text and
Yes,
try and do everything to understand the text, organization, ideas. And I'm sure that
exactly.
at the end of the day, you would have figured out there is a 3-4 structures only, no?
Yeah, there are 3 to 4 structures, and also in your course only there were like in out from which genre the passage will come. So if there is anything from economics, finance, or technology, I would really enjoy that paragraph. Like I'm just reading, I would really enjoy that passage, and I'm just reading that passage, and okay, then I have to attempt. If there is something from history or biology or something, oh man, I like okay, you need to gather some courage to read that passage, but eventually you'll be able to understand the gist of the passage, and you need to
So,
just attempt.
so that was part one. So what I hear, Dynamo, if I have captured you correctly, is you always have been trying very hard in your preparation. That did not change.
Yeah.
You're putting effort right from the beginning till the very end. The thing that changed for you is just made a slight adjustment to the approach and also looked at what is a fundamental thing that I need to focus on to get something right and focus on the very basic and build onto the basic and stuck to that. And I'm sure that you would have had a lot of pain in terms of starting on 60 and slowly going and frustration and given all that and stuck to that and you
Yes.
got 99.48 percentile. This is
Yes.
wonderful. Which brings us to the second part. So you got 99.48 percentile in verbal ability and you got what 99 point X percentile also in overall. So interviews. You want to talk about interviews. So I don't know what to ask. You tell me what is that you want to tell about interviews. We will listen.
So, sir, I was very normal and subtle in my communication skills. I was not very confident about my communication skills, and when we initially had a one-on-one session, you used to tell me that your English is fine. There is nothing to worry about. But I was not feeling confident about it. So I started my preparation from ACADS only. But then while giving mock interviews, I soon realized that there has to be some X factor. Otherwise, the interviewer won't be interested in asking you questions. And I was very fascinated by blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. And during my this interview preparation, all the news around blockchain and cryptocurrency were like hot news. And I picked it from there. Like I started in mentioning those things in my introduction itself. I am a blockchain enthusiast. I like to read a lot about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And the moment I speak them, I can see reactions in the interviews eyes. And then my first question was always, okay, what is blockchain technology? Explain to us in layman terms. Like I have given 15 interviews, like 15 real interviews for various B schools. And out of them, in 13 interviews, I talked about blockchain and cryptocurrency for 5 to 7 minutes. So that how similar my interviews, each and every interview was. And after I like my first interview started with NM, and there I spoke, and so there it itself worked as a mock interview for me. I knew that okay, during this interview, I explained these particular questions in this manner, and I need to improve on them. So I started to improving. I started improving my answers. I was working on my profile, and at the same time, I was preparing for ACADS and reading. I think I got a habit of reading newspaper daily, and that really helped. And yes, all the basics HR questions I had prepared in my mind.
Basically, Dynamo, at the end of the day, basically what I'm hearing is that you slog. Be it for CAT, be it for interview prep. You picked up one idea and I think that it's so easy to say cryptocurrency and blockchain, but also you have to have the backing and knowledge to survive a conversation
Exactly.
in the interview.
So it's not something that I picked just only for interviews. Like I was very much active in reading about blockchain, cryptocurrency. I had my major projects, mini projects, all in blockchain space. So I had something to back it up. I just realized that okay, I can carry this in my entire interview.
So blockchain was your story, because blockchain was not just what you read; it's also part of your project that you did.
Yes.
The blockchain story had a genesis before the interview itself. You just understood that is your story.
Yes.
That's a story that I want to share, and through the story I want to talk about who I am. So I think what you actually did in the interview, from my perspective, my point of view, is that you knew who you are. You did not bother about what others were saying. Exactly. You looked at your life and what makes sense to you, and you use that to your advantage. I think that's what I'm hearing, and that's
exactly. I said I believe that everyone needs to figure out what one thing is he or she is good at. So like a lot of people used to say, create one hobby. If you have one hobby, you'll be able to talk in interviews. Like I used to play chess, but I didn't know like things and details and history about chess. So I never mentioned chess or like reading, playing cricket in my introduction.
Create a hobby.
I used to
create a hobby. There are people advising that I should create a hobby for interview.
Yes.
Create a hobby for interview. Why should I create a hobby?
I have heard such this. I like that's a really stupid idea. Just focus on one thing that you are really good at. And
yeah. I mean, Dynamo, for me is that you have lived your life for 20 years. Exactly. You have a story to tell. And then you have got your struggles, your problems, your trauma, your success. Your success is your success. Who the hell is going to tell me that my success is low? Me clearing 10 standard may be a success for me. Who are you to tell me? I should believe in whatever is the story that I have. Exactly. And in interview, I think to me, interview is an art of telling your story.
Exactly. So there obviously I won't say that I aced all the interviews. There were initially some interviews I literally, like my indoor interview was a disaster. So it came to a point that he started doubting my profile. So he started, you have worked in NGO, tell me the exit criteria of BPL, below poverty line. And I was like, okay sir, I don't know exit criteria. Okay, then you don't have worked in an NGO. And I was like, okay, what do I tell now? So there was some disaster interview, and of course I didn't convert it Indore. But then you used to realize that okay, these are some mistakes. While introducing yourself, I have to emphasize on one or two things that I want to talk about. And somehow that I will definitely say that there is a luck. Luck has a big role to play here. But luck helps if you have worked hard, and sir, somehow it helped me.
And everyone is lucky, Dano. Who is not lucky? Okay, everyone is lucky. We are all lucky to be alive. We are lucky to have the opportunities, lucky to be where we are. Everyone is lucky. So I think it's all about the effort that you put in, and I'm very thankful for you sharing your story to all of us. And you are heading to IIM Calcutta. Any plans? What is your plan now? Once after Calcutta, you'll figure out later, or like you have got something in your idea?
No sir. So I'm interested in finance, but I want to go it from with open minded. Because I really think that I can do well in marketing as well. So I'll go there, study some subjects, and then decide my specialization. Yeah. But I don't want to stress it right from the beginning. Like right now, I'll be chilling.
So when I went to IIM Calcutta or anytime, I never thought this is what I'll do in my life. And if I were to go back and tell my 25-year-old self. Say that you're going to be a teacher one day. I'll laugh. Who will learn from me? That's what I thought. That I will be the most disaster tutor. But here I am. So you never know how life takes you.
Exactly.
Take an open mind, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.